F land. Today I have a cast of a slightly higher ranked game. On one hand, I think it still averages out to an average Joe's map, but there are a couple high ranked players in it. On the southern team we have Chosen, who's a 1900. He is the high rank for the southern team. Chosen, Inquisitor, Death Squad, and Incidental, going the full spectrum: UEF, Cybran, Seraphim, and Aeon. On the northern team, we have Sandwich, Tenryu, Nugget, and Soviet Pride, a 16 and a 1700 to go versus Chosen down here. And they also have the full spectrum: UEF, Cybran, Seraphim, and Aeon. So this is going to be an all factions battle. Should get pretty good because this is a decent sized map. Virgo Pass, I have not played it before, but it is a 10 by 10. So there's plenty of room to expand and to get some interesting strategies going. I'm going to go ahead and bump up the speed on this and we'll see what happens. One thing I do notice about this map, just looking at it, I did see there is some reclaim in the center. I'm not sure exactly how much that is, but it is a substantial pile of rocks, so I imagine we'll see, yes, early ACUs pushing towards the middle to try to pick that up. Also, there is enough room on this map for spam to be effective, but I do see some choke points. I believe Tier 2 point defense will have a role to play on this map. Hopefully it will not get too turtly. Had the first trait of fire up here. An engineer pushed to the front by Incidental trying to pick up some reclaim, but that is immediately shot down by Nugget. Plenty of scouts out. Nugget is the first to have air. As you can see down here, hard teching. Incidental already has a T2 mass extractor from the mass that he has been picking up in the middle. Chosen is the only one who has not come to front. He does have a substantial number of tanks out, but the Auroras are pretty weak, especially when you have a point defense in place. So he's not going to be able to do anything real effective. Soviet Pride trying to get a run by with these Mantis, but he is caught. Will not be successful over there. That was actually a nice touch on this map design to be able to run by. I would have thought that that was a complete choke, but there is room. It looks like both teams have opted for some spam. Nugget does have T2 on his commander and has walled off right here. Although if I were him, he has plenty of units. He needs to be pushing a little more aggressively. Soviet Pride has caught Inquisitor out. That is dangerously low HP. He needs to get back. And quickly. Ticking below the 700 mark, but he is going to make it out. It appears Chosen is going for an upgrade. He has the range gun, or he has the speed upgrade. I imagine he is going for range. Yes, he is. So that is a double gun commander. That is going to be quite a dangerous ACU in this early portion of the game. Bombers out for Inquisitor. There really isn't any air on the map. There's a handful of scouts out from a couple of different players and those bombers, but for the most part, Nugget is the only one with interceptors and he's not using them. Soviet Pride going incredibly heavy on the Medusas there. T2 land on the field for Tenryu. Ilshevas have hit the field. Death Squad also has a gun upgrade. Another upgrade for Chosen. He is bearing down on that ACU of his. That is going to be Chrono Dampener. So that is a double gun Chrono Dampener comp. That is a lethal combination. Chrono Dampener stuns units in a huge radius. We're about to get to see it go to work. The only turtle we have so far is from Nugget, and he is being hit by Vipers down here. You can see the range on that stun from Chosen's ACU. The disadvantage of Chrono Dampener is it also stuns all of your friendly units in the area. So usually the best course of action is to produce units and then give them to the player with Chrono Dampener. And that way he is not stunning all of your units all the time. T2 point defense going up on the hill for Sandwich. That Oblivion turret is going to do a really good job of denying Chosen's comm. It looked like his comm wasn't quite able to clear the hill and fire on it. Stealth going up on the left side for Inquisitor. And Vipers again. This is like a mirror image. We have Cybern trying to break a UEF base and Cybern trying to break a UEF base. Swift Winds and Mercies on the field for Chosen. About to see if he can get a kill here. That was unsuccessful. Tenryu backtracking like a madman. And he does have flak with him. So I don't think Mercies are going to be an option. 2,000 health coming down. Got to get out of there. The way these hills are shaped is kind of odd. It's kind of hard to tell where the inlets and outlets are, but he has found them. So many Vipers for Soviet Pride. Volley after volley of missiles. Back and forth. Vipers are a handy tool. They have the same splitting missile that Cybern TAC launchers have, so TAC defense really isn't any good versus them. You just end up with 3 missiles instead of 1, and they do slightly less damage. Soviet Pride has somehow gotten himself all the way across on the other side of the map with these Medusas, trying to bypass Incidental's forces, and he has. There are no combat units in the back. That is going to cause some problems for Incidental, but he does have a tier 2 fighter bomber. So that will take care of the problem eventually. Run by Death Squad. This is some pretty intense pushing. The 2 ACUs in the center have done a pretty good job of wiping out all of the units here, and now it's down to Team 1 being pressured into walling up slightly north. They have a little less than half map control. Gunships out now for Chosen and some more Mercies. The scouting is excellent by Chosen. He does have a solid stream of air scouts. You can see most of the map. They do have scouted and they have good radar coverage. Team 1, on the other hand, has not had any scouts in the back in quite some time. And they are kind of lacking on the radar side of things. Tier 2 transport coming for Inquisitor. Not sure what he has planned with that. This is dangerous. That is a healthy comm, but that is a lot of obsidians. He does have some units to back him up though, so he will be okay. That must be a 5 vet comm. 21,000 health. There are fighter bombers out. Still no air counter on the Southern team. There are only 4 fighter bombers on the field, and they've already cut Death Squad down to half health. Drop out for Inquisitor, but there is mobile flak, so that's just gonna immediately go up in smoke. Finally able to protect Death Squad, but that was a lethal mistake. They've pushed out all of this flak, and now they have tank problems. Ilshivas and Obsidians coming down the center. Snipe attempt on Nugget. That UEF comm is just so tough. They are not going to have an impact. Inquisitor picking up his ACU. Not sure what he has planned here. His base is pretty small. He doesn't have the mass to do anything. Looks like a tier 2 comm drop up here. He is going to go for point defense. But with all these engineers here, I don't see how he can possibly hope to make an impact on anything. That was a bad idea, trying to lay down walls. And boom. When you're trying to build walls and there's units in the way, all that does is slow down your comm. Vipers in reach of Chosen's base. A GC on the field. Chosen is pushed all the way back into his base, and this is what you get for assaulting a 1900 in his homeland. He's able to pull together. He has 3 tier 3 mexes and some reclaim, and he is able to pull out a GC with the help of Death Squad. That is going to cause some hurt. Although he is going to have to keep an eye on this side over here. This could get around the back and cause him problems. He does have some Harbies and T3 mobile artillery to help him out there. Soviet Pride is trying to push. He does have loyalists in with that group, so that is going to help him out. Chosen is trying to push Harbies. Now we have a group of siege tanks, so that is going to be denied, I think. Yes, point defense coming online. But this GC just tearing a hole down the center of the map. Not sure how that's going to go. They're trying to build a chicken on the north side. T4 stage of the game. It is 28 minutes, and there are experimentals coming up for both teams. GC has picked up a vet, and he has spotted the Yathatha. I think the GC will kill it, but it is going to be close. Yes, GC picking up another vet off of that Yathatha kill. Got a pretty significant group of T3 on the south side here now. Bricks out for Soviet Pride, trying to do some damage to that GC. Sandwich, I think, has decided that his base is not a safe place to be, and he would rather be over here with Nugget. This GC, I think, is about to pick up yet another vet. Just going to town on the back base here. Nugget has, there we go, another vet on the GC. This is not looking healthy at all for the northern team. Monkey Lord in production for Soviet Pride. With the lower health on that GC, the Monkey may be able to knock it out. Percival's trying to push on the south side, but getting driven back. I think that was a bad choice by Nugget the Percivals would have been able to wreck that base, I would think. There's only one brick and a few point defense, and he had a good 15 or 16 Percies. Oh dear, Soviet Pride is about to lose his base as well, it looks like. Monkey Lord trying to move up and intercept this GC, but... oh. Team 1 in total retreat now. The fire base has been broken. They have T4 in their spawn. And Owasso is coming up for Death Squad. This may or may not help the situation. Nugget has managed to push out some ASF. I don't think he has enough to kill it, though, before it can get a couple of passes in. This is a whole lot of build power up here. Easy vet for the Owasso. GC has finally been dealt with. 2 spiders on the field now for Soviet Pride. The T4s just keep piling up. Scouts out for Death Squirrel. He is looking for a target. That looked incredibly good for the Southern team, but now they do have 2 Monkey Lords and a whole lot of flak on their hands to deal with. Owasso gets a bomb away, kills that fat boy, lands a direct hit on the comm. But there is a T3 shield here to hide behind. Oh, more build power. Shield is gone. Owasso is going to drop. No. Oh! So close. So close. Only 5,000 health on that comm. That would have been a kill if that had been about 10 feet further. Talk about living by the skin of your teeth. Monkey Lord's now going to town on these units on the right hand side. So close. That would have been a win. Instant KO for the Southern team. Not even the bomb dropping if the Owasso had dropped. Incidental is pulling his ACU back from the front, trying to get away from these Monkey Lords. Fighter bombers are not going to be enough to crush them. We do have another GC for Chosen going up, and he has a lot of Harbingers, along with a Rambo SACU. This may do a pretty good job of dealing with the situation. Spiders are in the base, and we have a Soul Ripper attempted by Incidental. I think the monkey is going to get to it in time, though. Yes, it is going to go down. We have a Megalith and yet another spider from Soviet Pride. That makes three Monkey Lords. The Northern team is getting the reclaim from this Owasso. Throwing up a fat boy really fast. Have another Yathatha and another GC coming. The Northern team is making a good recovery. They do have their base back, and they are sucking up all the reclaim that they can. Chosen is trying to get a little bit of air up to help with this broadsword problem, but he is going to lose it. Harbinger's just not stout enough to hold up to those spiders, but this is a lethal little group of Percivals right here. That can easily drop a GC. He needs to push with that. It's like the entire Northern team is having a sleepover on the right-hand side of the map. Apparently they were too afraid to stay in their own houses. Of course, I'm sure that I would be too if a GC came and stomped my roof in. 3 monkeys and a handful of bricks are on the field for Soviet Pride, and his megalith is now online. However, the southern team has 1 Yathatha and almost 2. There is 2 GCs. Talk about Clash of the Titans. This is these teams are fielding T4s like some people field T3 units. We've got 4 simultaneously and 3 for the southern team. Although this Percival group here, he needs to get both GCs together to go deal with these Percies. Multiple GCs are much stronger than a single one against Percivals because of the tractor claws. Do you have sand? Blarg. Oh! I missed that. Holy cow. A nuke has been rushed up by Tenryu. There is no nuke defense in the southern base. They had another GC 60%, and boom. They did not score an ACU kill, but that will hurt. Southern team is down to 1 economy now. Pair of GCs moving in on the Percivals. Nugget would be wise just to dive in there. GC's rampaging across the landscape. You can see what I was meaning with the tractor claws. GCs get exponentially stronger versus T3 units the more that they have. Fat Boy online for Nugget. That makes a total of 8 T4s on the field at once. 9 Soul Ripper out for Soviet Pride. This is dangerous. If these GCs are able to get up here in this base, ACUs are fleeing. It's like watching the 3 little pigs. They all ran to the 3rd pig's house, and now here comes the wolf. But alas, there is no brick house to stop it. The bug is able to drop a GC. I don't think he's going to be able to chase that down. Chicken is not doing very effective work in this base over here. And is also going to get knocked down. That was a violent last stab by the southern team. Chosen was trying to overcharge this Monkey Lord and failed.
Strategic launch detected.
Death Squad doing the dance of death there. And another nuke by Tenryu. I think that is going to wrap up this game. That was intense. It is very rare to see that many T4 on the field at the same time. I'm going to slow this back down a little bit and get a head count. Gunship's coming in for Death Squad, but he does have the flak to stop it. For Soviet Pride, there are 3 Monkey Lords, a Megalith, and a Bug on the field. And I'm just going to zoom in on these names here. We have more lasers. Do you have sand? That is Blarg. And firing my laser. People getting creative with their names here. Alright, someone start playing. It's closing time because I think this game has wrapped up. Get a little desync at the end here, but I don't think anybody can debate how this game ended. Brilliant play by both teams. I cannot believe that Team 1 survived that Galactic Colossus assault. That early GC just about wiped them out. But they did pull out of it. 2 Soul Rippers now for Soviet pride. Death Squad is not going to be able to build anything under that kind of fire. Struggling till the very end. Twin bugs named GG and well played, ending this game in style. Indeed, very well played games for both teams. Good replay. If you have another one anywhere near this quality, please send it to me in the comments. I could use some more to cast like this. And as always, thanks for watching.